3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Every 7 seconds, a teen is being bullied by another teen in America. In modern school systems, bullying has become a prominent issue that affects the way students view their school entirely. With all the news stories surrounding bullying today, schools are trying to become aware of the issue, but how seriously are they really taking it? Bullying is a very serious issue in schools today, and prevention should be enforced and reminded every day, nationwide. Every day, 160,000 kids in the U.S. fake sick because they're afraid to go to school. Now let me put it this way. Every one of us probably woke up to their alarm clock this morning to go to our 8 a.m. class. And I think everyone would agree that there's no worse feeling than hearing that alarm in the morning to get up for class. But imagine this. Think about going back to high school and not only dreading the thought of getting out of bed at 6 a.m., but being afraid to go to school because you're not sure what was going to happen to you that day. You're afraid that you're going to be abused or harassed today just as much as you were yesterday. Every day, 160,000 kids feel this so much that they feel the need to stay home from school. Bullying awareness should be a main part of school systems because it has lasting effects on the victim. Bullying can cause fear, physical illness, unhealthy weight loss, loneliness, anxiety, depression, mental breakdowns, isolation, nervousness, declining grades, and unfortunately even suicide. There have been a lot of news stories lately about suicide surrounding bullying, and it even has a name for it. It's called bullycide. Many schools, when talking about bullying awareness, they forbid the topic of suicide because they feel it's too serious of an issue to discuss in the classroom. However, suicide is a reality, and shying away from it is not going to help the cause. Each year, children and young adults kill themselves over the harassment they receive both inside and outside school, and because no one helped them. Hiding this fact leaves them to die without a purpose, and possibly denies the opportunity to save someone else's life. Bullying awareness should be implemented in schools because it's not only the victim that has lasting effects because of it. It affects 3 people: the victim, the bully, and the bystander. Bullying awareness teaches bystanders to stand up for what's important, and it helps to outnumber and stop the bully. Studies show that the main cause for bullies to stop their harassment is because bystanders have stood up for the victim. Also, it affects the bully because a lot of studies, a study from the University of Michigan, for example, have proven that bullies who bully in school have a 1 out of 4 chance in having a criminal record by the age of 30. Also, a study at Clemson shows that 60% of boys who bully in elementary school have criminal records by the age of 24. So these numbers really show that bullying not only affects the victim, but it affects everyone in the entire school. Recently, schools, parents, and the government have been trying to crack down on bullying because it has been such a prominent issue in the news, but everyone can do more. Teachers, and parents need to make students aware of the hotlines and resources that they're available. Also, many do not agree with the problem. While teachers and parents agree that bullying awareness is important, they do not feel it's important enough to cut into class time when the children should be learning. However, while this is a valid argument, creating bullying awareness develops a safer, more learning-conducive environment for everyone. So my personal experience. My high school made bullying a huge part of their mission through a group called SMASH. It stood for Stop Madness and Severe Hating. Basically, this group was a student-run, student-organized, and student-created bullying awareness group. It was created by a friend of mine, and I served as the vice president my junior year, and when she graduated, I took over as president my senior year. And we did a bunch of different activities throughout the course of the year. We put on like a SMASH Day, Bullying Awareness Month, and each year we put on a big assembly for the school. And we presented this assembly to many other local elementary schools and middle schools within the area. And this particular picture shows why a student-run organization is so powerful in this aspect. This picture was taken at a parish that we went to, and the little boy in the front, he came up to one of the members afterwards, and he thanked him for giving his speech. The member in the group, he had a speech impediment. He had some hearing disabilities, and this little boy had a hearing aid. And he went up to the kid and just thanked him for being a role model and for giving him someone to look up to. So, I mean, as you can see, the student-run organizations they're able to relate to the kids really well. If I stood here to tell you about the countless life-changing experiences I had with student victims, I could stand up here and talk forever. So I'll sum it up with one particular student who had the most impact on me personally. He was a young 8th grade boy, and he was judged for his race and his learning disability. At graduation my senior year, he admitted to me that Smash's efforts to help him actually saved his life. He used those words, that we saved his life. We gave him the courage to stand up for himself, the confidence to know that there was nothing wrong with him, and we were just there as his friends. He admitted that without us, he's not sure what actions of coping he would have tried or what would have happened to him. As scary as that is, it made me realize that those awful bully stories that we hear on the news are actually a reality. How many students are out there that feel the way that he did, that have no source at their school for help or relief, and how will they choose to cope with this? In conclusion, bullying awareness should really be implemented into a school's everyday mission, not just by simply providing one assembly throughout the course of the year. They should make students aware every day of the resources that they have available to them, because the bottom line is, the majority of students that are bullied do not know or feel like there's a support system in place to help them. And I just have a little inspiration.
Use Internet Explorer.
Well, it's not working.
Yeah, I don't think it will work there.
Thank you. I do have a question.
Yeah.
As you gave me the special, I was going to ask if there were special, specific experiences you were familiar with. I guess you gave it to me with that young man. Is there anything active here at Siena that's...
Not that I've seen, no. I mean, it's more of a prominent issue in elementary and middle schools and some of the lower high school levels, but I mean, there are even news stories about college kids. I mean, there was that story a couple years ago about the Rutgers kid who killed himself because he was being bullied. So I mean, I think it's helpful anywhere, but I haven't really seen it.
I wondered if Siena, would even consider putting out a support group that would go out into local high schools and just discuss the problem or whatever, I'm sure it'd be very welcome. I mean, obviously, teachers do it, but if they're one step removed, you guys are half a step removed, you know, if you're
Yeah.
in high school or something. Give you something to do in your spare time.
I know.
Thank you.